This is Danny Flexon here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined once again by Tommy Fletcher, not long now to make his pro debut. Just tell us about signing with Frank Warren first of all, and when it's going to be.
Well, I signed with Frank a couple of weeks ago now, and then today we're now announcing it. So I come here to show my face and that, and then I think my debut will be either May or June time, depending on when my management team get me out. Then I'll be ready to roll. I'll be ready.
And that'll be at cruiserweight or light heavy?
Well, I reckon in the amateurs I did light heavy in the amateurs, so I'm now moving up to cruiserweight. So I'm going to fill into a cruiserweight. Maybe I might box a little bit lighter than cruiser, but definitely fill into a cruiser in a few years, maybe even heavyweight. Who knows?
How did the signing with Frank come about, and why Frank? Because I'm sure there was plenty of interest in you.
Yeah, I had numerous offers from different promoters as such, but when I spoke with Frank, he really took an interest in me and offered me a great deal. So obviously you go with the best one, and I think Frank, he's so good at, he brings on young prospects, he's good at bringing them along, so I really took it into consideration and had a great chat with him, so I thought that was the best move for me to make, so then I went with that.
How much of an impact, if any, is Frank's kind of recent success in purse bids and stuff like that? Because a lot of people talk about that. Does that filter into your thinking at all?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, I'm a long way away from getting any purse bids, but still, I mean, you still take that into consideration. Like, I think, yeah, Frank's he's smashing it at the minute. I think obviously with Fury and Dillian White, he won the purse bids, didn't he? So, yeah, I think Frank's the man, isn't he? I think he's the man when you're a young prospect. Definitely look at David Adelaide, Dennis McCann, people like that. Like they've turned pro, and then look at them now. They're smashing it. So that's what I mean. That's what I'm looking at doing.
Any disappointment to not be making your debut on the Fury versus White card at Wembley Stadium?
Oh, I wouldn't complain if I was on that, but obviously, like, it's a short notice. Maybe you never know. I could have got on the card, but yeah, I think Fury will have his own. He'll be tied up. Probably have his brother on there, wouldn't he, or some people like that. So really, his dad on there. Really, I haven't seen. Yeah, maybe. Who knows? They're crazy, and they've always got new ideas coming up. But yeah, if I had that as a debut, definitely that would be mad, wouldn't it? But I'm looking at May or June now, so I think I don't know what cards are on them, but I'll be ready. So whenever it is, I'll be ready to roll. I'll box next week if I could. I'll have my shorts ready now.
In terms of the promotional decision, how much input did trainer Mark Tibbs and also your stablemates who've been in the game a little bit longer have on your decision?
Yeah, we all sat down and looked at what options was what and how I want to take my career. Obviously, I'm only 20 years old, so I'm in no rush. I'm not going to be fighting in for any titles in my first 3-4 fights, am I? So we're looking at being built slowly, building my profile and taking small steps, and then over a period of time, them small steps add up to big steps. So maybe when I'm 20, 24, maybe who knows where I'll be or what I'll be doing then. So.
What's the plan for the first year as a pro? Obviously, you're going to be starting towards kind of late spring now. How many fights do you want to get in, and where would you like to be by the end of the year?
I'd like to have at least 5 fights a year, I reckon, maybe 6 if I can get them in. But my first year, I reckon I'll be starting off doing 4 rounders and then step up to 6 and then 8 rounders in my second year, I believe. Depends how I get on, really. I suppose, yeah, a few 4 rounders, see how I get on, and then step it up from there, I think.
Anyone who particularly influences you in terms of their style, or anyone you look up to, either current fighters or ex-pros?
I like watching. To be fair, I watch all boxing. Like I wouldn't say I've got a specific favourite fighter. Obviously, I'll watch all boxing. So I think if I can take a little bit out of every fighter and then add it into my own boxing, then I believe you'll be an all-rounded fighter. So obviously, I'm a tall, rangy boxer. So you think, like, yeah, I'm definitely strong. I think that I'm powerful. So you think you've got a Coley. He's a cruiserweight, tall cruiserweight. Obviously, he's a much far ahead in his career than I am. But I'm only now setting out for my debut. But people like that, you watch, don't you? You watch them and then try to take little bits from them and then implement into your sparring and then hopefully put it into my fights and then go from there, yeah.
For people out there that might not have seen you box as an amateur, how would you describe your style and how's it developed since you've been training in the Origins gym with Mark Tibbs?
Well, I'm 6'7", so I'm a tall, rangy, slick southpaw, and I'm definitely powerful. So in the amateurs, I was busy. I was always I was being slick, but now I'm more. I think I'm more robust. I can stand there. I can fight. I can box. I can dig short range. I can fight long range. So obviously, when I step up, then I'll implement my style and see how it turns out. So, yeah.
In terms of sparring so far since you've been in the pro gym, who's kind of been most beneficial to you that you shared a ring with?
Obviously, my teammates John Hedges and Johnny Fisher, I've sparred loads with them. I've done many rounds with them. I've sparred Fabio Wardley, Zach Chelly, people like that. So we're always getting in good sparring, and that's always getting me to improve, and then just building, really, just building.
Without naming names, have you buzzed any of them in the gym? It doesn't have to be those specific ones, but anyone you've sparred.
Yeah, to be brutally honest, I've put a few people out. Yeah, to be honest, but I won't mention names. It's disrespectful. But I've definitely hurt a few people in sparring. But sparring. I want to do it on the night under the lights. That's what matters. That's what counts.
What's kind of on your tick list of things you want to achieve just throughout your career? Everyone wants to win a world title, but there are other things that you want to do, like venues you want to fight at, or titles you want to fight for. What's the dream?
I'd love to fight at the O2 Wembley. Obviously, everyone wants to fight there, don't they? But I'd like to win a British title, and then anything from there is a bonus. So if you build further from there, then I definitely think that's smashing it in it. So I'd like to fight at the O2 Wembley and definitely win a British title.
Now, before I let you go, just remind people out there how they can find you on the different social media platforms, especially now you're turning pro. They're going to want to follow the journey.
Yeah, definitely. My Instagram is tommy.fletcher7 and my Twitter is tommy.fletcher0. I think that's the only social I've got at the minute. I'll have to build them up, won't I? So
that's a good start. Yeah. We won't expect you on TikTok anytime soon. Really, really appreciate your time, and yeah, can't wait to watch the debut.